Hi, my name is Alexa Wood. My student ID number is 3388636 and it is spring semester of 2020. Okay, so we are doing a lateral saphenous vein restraint. So this is Sully. He's gonna be my patient today. So right now I have Sully just restrained. So he has to be in lateral recumbency for a saphenous blood draw. So to get Sully in lateral recumbency, I'm going to keep control of his head, and I'm going to put my left hand this way and grab his inside leg, keeping control of his head. Grab that inside leg. Then I'm going to take this hand and grab this inside leg, and I'm going to roll Sully down my body, keeping control of his head the whole time. So now he's in lateral recumbency. So then to occlude the saphenous vein, we had to put some water on his fur to get down to it. I'm gonna take my hand in his hock and kind of give him a little squeeze like this. And then his saphenous vein is going to run this way. It's kind of hard to see. And then for lateral, just means away from the midline of the body, and recumbency is just laying, whether it's dorsal recumbency or lateral recumbency, like I have Sully in. So then now to let Sully up easily, hang on Sully, I'm gonna take this hand and put it under his belly, and then I'm going to under his chest right here, and then I'm gonna control his head and let him up this way, and then put my arm back to control his head and put my hand back here to restrain him. Okay, so now we're gonna do a cephalic restraint for a blood draw. Again, Sully, my ever so patient. So we need them in sternal recumbency. Sternal just means their chest is against whatever you have them on, whether it be an exam table, the floor. So we need Sully to sit for me. Sit, Sully. Sit. Good boy. I still have control of his head. So to lay him down, I'm going to put my fingers in between his chest like this, and then I'm going to pop his feet out and just gently lay him down on the table. And then this arm is kind of going to keep him from wiggling, and then his head is still, I still have control of his head. And then I'm gonna lean over him so he can't pop up. So to occlude this vein, you take his elbow out like this. He's kind of furry. So I have his elbow in like against my pointer finger. Then I'm gonna have my thumb all the way across his leg like this. And then to roll his vein, I'm going to pull my finger laterally, my thumb laterally, just a little bit so that vein pops out. You guys, he's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. And then they're gonna draw blood. So then to let him up safely, I'm just gonna let this foot go back so he's comfy. Then I'm gonna grab him under his rib cage and just kind of help him stand up for a little bit while I still have control of his head. Okay. So this is Coop. I'm demonstrating how to do a feline, oh, bless you bud, medial saphenous blood draw. So Coop has to be in lateral recumbency for this. Lateral just means laying on his left or right side. Yes. And then recumbency just means laying. So in order to get Coop into lateral recumbency, I'm just gonna kind of pick him up while controlling his head and turn him this way from me, kind of get him in the middle of the table, because I'm gonna have him lay down. Good boy, Coop. And I have my body behind him, and I'm gonna kind of grab up by his shoulder so I can still control his head. And I'm gonna kind of grab his back hips like this, and I'm gonna roll him to the side, just like this. My hands are still against kind of like his jawbone so I can control his head. So then I'm gonna make sure that back leg is out. Oh, you're stuck on the towel, bud. So then I'm gonna grab his tail and his leg, and then to hold that, and then his saphenous vein, the medial saphenous vein is right here in his leg. And to occlude that, I'm gonna kind of press into his hock with my pinky on the side of my hand to kind of pinch that off to get a good blood draw. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right here. We put a little bit of alcohol on it to kind of pop it out a little bit. So then in order to get Coop back into sternal recumbency safely, I'm gonna leave my hand here to control his head. I'm gonna let go of this foot and kind of hold it with my arm as I reach under his rib cage. And then while still controlling his head, I'm just gonna kind of pop him back up like this, and then still keeping control of his head. Okay, so now we are going to do the cephalic venipuncture restraint with Coop, my beautiful kitty cat. So Coop needs to be in sternal recumbency for this blood draw. Sternal just means that his sternum is touching whatever he's on, whether it be the table, whether it be the floor, if you were a dog. And then recumbency just means laying again. So Coop has already decided that he would like to be in sternal recumbency for me. So as you can see, I still have control of his head. So in order to properly restrain Coop, I kind of have my arm on the left side, I have my other arm on the right side for now, holding under his head to control his head. And then I have his butts against my body, and I'm gonna kind of lean over him so he can't pop up on me while we do this. So I'm gonna take his leg and push back behind the elbow to extend that leg out, and then his cephalic vein is right on top of his leg right here. He's kind of fluffy, so it's hard to see, but right on top of his leg. And to occlude that, I'm going to kind of take my thumb and pinch off right here in right where his elbow is on the top. And then to occlude that vein, I'm gonna pull my thumb laterally to kind of pinch that off so my other tech can get that good blood draw. So then to let Coop up safely, I'm just gonna let go of this arm so he can tuck this back in if he'd like. I still have control of his head. And I'm just gonna come down like this and keep control of his head until we're done with our procedure.